I'm Hunter Grunel. I'm 16. I go to Plymouth High School. I like riding dirt bikes, snowmobiles. I like hunting. That's pretty fun. Fishing is nice. I like doing anything with my hands. Usually something that makes me active or gives me an adrenaline rush is what I like to do every day. Youth Apprenticeship is a program where the state allows kids under 18 or who's in high school, would be a junior or senior, they can go into a workplace and actually get work experience. Say for my instance, I'm 16 and Kohler hired me as a welder, so they give me welding experience and then they'll help me get a certification for the 3 different types of welding. So what you get is pretty much a current what it's like to be in real life before it actually happens out of high school. How I got involved in Youth Apprenticeship was from my dad. He figured out, and we both kind of actually found out at the same time through high school that there was this program, and then they hired kids like me and my friends to go work in some place and actually figure out what you might want to do after high school so you can start planning real early.
And I know as a dislocated worker that the training that I've received at LTC was able to get me back out there. These are the kind of opportunities that I didn't have when I was young. The Youth Apprenticeship program is so important. It not only gives them opportunity to see and maybe understand what they're going to do, but it also gives them training in the field, and also a paycheck in which they understand what it's worth, what an hour's worth of work is.
First day Kohler to me was scary because I never had experience working in a perfectly high standard place like Kohler, because they make such beautiful faucets and baths, so I never knew what it was going to be like. And the first day was also scary because I never knew anybody. I never knew what it's like to be in an industrial place like that where it's dirty but yet clean, and then everybody's moving around as fast as possible getting jobs done.
Kohler Company has a rich history in the community as well as with the apprentice program, and we see it as a mutual beneficial program to sustain our workforce and our community. With students like Hunter, we see these students coming into our manufacturing facility and learning a valuable skill in a trade that we would love for them to apply here, but also have something that can be developed. Manufacturing is here. It has not disappeared, and we continue to foster that relationship in order to build those trades and those skills for our future employees.
I shadow my mentor Louis, so I go out a little bit and then he shows me around, and then he brings back a project for me and him to work on, and then I figure out how to make it right from its damaged state.
What I like about Hunter, when I'm out in the plant, when he starts work in the evening, he's got it all set up what he has to do. I don't have to be here to tell him what to do. He takes the initiative and gets the job done.
My grandpa introduced me to welding when I was about 4 years old. We started welding together, and then it just kept going on from there. Well, this is where I pretty much started welding when I was about 4 years old. Me and him started on a little Miller-Matic 150, and then it just started moving up from there. Started all in our grandfather's shop and then moved on.
I've had the great fortune of having a wonderful grandson that has been really interested in whether it's be building something, wrenching on something, learning how to weld, repairing and all that. When you have somebody like that, it makes you feel good to teach him and to take the time and to train him and to do things with him, you know. But as with all young kids, you have to have an incentive program and get them to do that.
I chose welding because when I actually start making a project, you go through it and you say, oh, it looks not so good, or what it's supposed to look like. And then when it's done, it's really nice. It's like a beautiful piece of art that you cannot compare to anything else. And then someone comments on it and says, wow, that's amazing. I don't know how you did that, but it's gorgeous.
The Youth Apprenticeship Program through LTC is a great opportunity for young adults to test the waters in a job field that they may be interested in. It gives him skills in the background at Kohler and being mentored with educated and skilled people. He's grown as a young adult. He has matured. He knows now what it takes to have a working life and do his studies at school, plus also take college classes in the evenings.
I'd tell my friends, hey, guess what? And then they'd always ask what, and then I'd say, I'm going to college tonight, and they never believed me until I actually showed them the papers, and then I showed them what I'm actually doing in class, and that I actually have to go to college, and I've got a head start compared to what they have. I do my homework at high school, if I ever have homework, and then for college, it's just, I get everything done. I try and do as many things as possible because I hate sitting around doing nothing, so I'd rather be doing something that's hard and necessary than sitting around doing that. I'm usually working 3 hours after school, and then yet I have some college homework, and I have college 4 hours a night on Mondays, so I think it's actually kind of interesting that I'm actually working as hard as I can and doing college at the same time. I'm not even graduated through high school. This is with you forever. You have experience in working, and most jobs like that, and they like that you have the initiative when you're still in high school to have a job. You're going to college a little bit, and you're doing high school at the same time. That shows that you were hardworking. I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, my grandpa. They were all really helpful with me, my grandma, my buddy John and Dan. They all try to push me as far as I can go and achieve the greatest things I can achieve.